This is Cadillac Unscripted on 107.9 CDY, brought to you every Saturday morning at this time by Independent Bank. Katie Huckle is my co-host, and Katie, you and I are going to be doing sort of like a Cadillac Unscripted with video tonight.
Whoa,
right?
We are.
Yeah.
We are. We're going live for the Rotary auction. And Rich, Rotary has done such incredible things for Cadilllac. And it's the stuff that you can see. You know, if you drive around town, Rotary's going to come up. You know, and so we've got another big project that the club is trying to complete. And I think Carla Filkins has been the quarterback on this. In the studio with us today, we have Doreen Lanc and we have Mike Filkins. Welcome.
Good afternoon, guys.
Thanks for being.
I do want to say that the last time that Mike was on the show with us, he was on with Carla, and they surprised us with an invitation to do this. But
did you call that surprise? There's another verb.
I think they planned on us saying yes,
right?
Which we did.
No.
But I will tell you what's really exciting about this is a total collaboration between the Rotary Club, my and Cammie Cook and Derek Lahr students in the digital media production program. We have a young man by the name of Brady Sutterfield who basically put together what Mike brought to us as a dream, right? I mean, you came to us and said, can we do this?
Exactly.
And Brady has made it happen.
Well, these students are brilliant. We, as you know, tech rehearsal with them. And they speak like, I know you understand their language.
No, I don't.
Okay. I don't. I had no idea what was going on. I was just, show me where my mic is and tell me where to stand and hand me a script, and I got it. But the level of talent, and this is a tribute to you and Mr. Lahr and Cammie for the investment that you've made in these students. And I have to give a hats off as to how many of your students have gotten jobs in the field directly related to their time with you.
It's the thing I'm most proud of, and Brady is going to be able to go anywhere because basically what he has done is he's going to take the video feed and he's going to connect it to YouTube. And people will be able to watch on YouTube, and they will be able to create Zoom rooms and then watch it on YouTube. And it's also going to air here. And one of my students is going to be here on 107.9 CDY in this very room doing the broadcast on the radio from 6 until 8 p.m. tonight. So this is just, I love the collaboration that's going on. It's wonderful.
Right. I want to make sure we mention the other student. She's very talented also.
Yes. Obsidian Grew is in fact, Sid and Brady are going to the Mesic prom together tonight. And as soon as the show is done, he's going to be zipping out and heading to that prom.
Oh, my gosh.
So I hope, Brady, I'm not giving away too much information about your personal life here, buddy.
Well, I have to tell you a funny story because, you know me, it's all about the food. So I said, what snacks can I bring? And I was ready. Okay.
You were ready for sugary and salty.
Oh, I thought we were going with Cheetos and like pizza.
That's what I would have asked for.
Carrot. They wanted carrots with ranch and a fruit platter and a charcuterie board. And of course, Carla Filkins was already bringing a charcuterie board.
Yeah.
But I mean, we got off the hook so easy and healthy with that. So again, thank you to the CTC and to kind of how you guys participate in the community at such a great level.
From a technical standpoint, this is something that Mike came to us a couple of months ago and said, is this even possible? And Brady, we took it to Brady, and Brady said, yeah, we can do this.
Incredible.
So anyway, this would not have come together if it wasn't for, a whole bunch of people.
Collaboration Cadilllac, I tell you, and we've got two of the best collaborators in the studio. The name of the project, Rotary Club of Cadilllac presents The Great Outdoors, Nature's Playground. Can we talk a little bit about where you're at with the project and where you're going with it?
Well, it's definitely nature's playground.
Okay.
It's been a skiing hill for all these years, and then the disc course is up there now. But adding the playground and adding a pavilion and the toilets and everything, it's going to be a place where grandmas and grandpas take their kids. It's going to be where kindergarten classes walk over there next summer, but before the end of the year. I think it's just going to be a nature's playground.
We're talking about Diggins Hill. For our folks, our listeners that aren't familiar with the project, what Rotary is revitalizing Diggins Hill. And Mike, you had mentioned last time you were in the studio that there's a historian that you talked to about these things. There was a man that has provided some perspective on what it used to be. Can you share that?
Sure. Jack Dillon, who's he's turning 92 this week.
Happy birthday, Jack.
Right, and he has lived here his whole life. Took a little detour at one point and lived in Florida for a little bit because he thought an insurance guy, that's where he should be, but he came back home. And he talks about Diggins Hill, which was gifted to the city by the Diggins family, over 100 years ago. And in the 1940s, they built the tennis courts. And a lot of people that say, oh, there's cracks in the tennis courts, they don't realize they were built in the 1940s.
Right.
And of course, at one point, they gave some property to the school because the school needed another elementary school. And people remember sitting atop Diggins Hill, McKinley Elementary being up there. But it's by and large just kind of sat there for quite a while. And gotten overgrown, and poison ivy has grown in places where you don't want it and that kind of thing. And the sledding hill can be treacherous. And we just thought, you look around town and like you said, you can see Rotary's fingerprints on so many projects around town. And just looking at Diggins Hill, thought, man, we can make a difference here. And the playground at the base of the hill is going to be amazing. We're hoping that in another phase, we can actually get some earth movers in there and redefine that sledding hill so that it's safe and fun, and people don't have to worry about clotheslining on trees and things like that. So we're really excited.
Oh man, you've got so much momentum with it too, and we've learned something about Cadilllac over all these years, is that if you explain the need to the community, they will step up. So can you talk to us about the format? All these years we've been doing the Rotary auction in person. For years we get all dressed up. You'd spend all this money on your hair and your dress and your nails and your dinner and all this stuff. Tell me what the evolution of it. How'd we get here?
I just want to jump in here because when we were having meetings about doing an online auction, I mentioned it's like, let's put this on Zoom. And I remember when Oasis used to do their online radio auction.
We did.
And you did that. And I said, yes, we need to do this, and we need to get Katie and Rich involved. This is great. I had nothing to do with the CTC kids. They're way over my head.
And I will tell you that when I first moved to Cadillac, Marlon Ream and I worked together on that auction when it was over across town. So it's fun to be involved in that again in a greater capacity.
Oh my! Yeah. Can we talk about?
We need before we do that, we need to cover the fact that this is a separate event from another online auction that began a couple of days ago and ends. Does that not end at noon today?
Noon Saturday.
Saturday.
That's an online auction where they can bid online.
We are hearing this on Saturday morning, so yes. We're going
to
say
noon today. And they can go to 32 auctions, and you can ask. What auctions are available. Rotary will come up, and that'd be all the Rotary items that are online bidding.
Okay.
Right. I want to go over just a few for our listeners that don't know what Rotary has done in the Cadilllac area. I want to go over some things that I know you all have seen, but you maybe didn't know how it got here. The Lakefront Pavilion and Bathhouse was a Rotary project that cost just over $306,000. The Casa Wise Ice Arena, $125,000 to that. Casa Wise Ball Fields, $225,000. The Centennial Boardwalk, the Kenwood Bathhouse, Camp Turinna Activity Center, the Greenway Project, the Wexford Historical Museum. The copper dome there was from the Rotary Club. Diggins Hill, Camp Turinna Activity Center, again, YMCA Trike Playground, the Pavilion Area Remodel Project, almost $300,000. The White Pine Trail, the Causeway Veterans Flag project, which is the gateway into Cadilllac there on 115. The VAC system at the Wexford County Civic Center, again, big chunk of money. Veterans Serving Veterans Park. Habitat for Humanity and their new project. And again, up north art, that beautiful sign that tells us what's going on, that was from Rotary. And here we've gotten through phase 1 of Diggins Hill, which cost $120,000, which leads me to the big question. How much money do we need to raise for this? What's a ballpark on that?
I'm guessing it's going to be in between $70,000 and $100,000 for the pavilion. Okay. You know, we usually try to come in with $100,000. We have written a grant, so hopefully we'll get that. And of course, the Community Foundation is great about supporting Rotary projects. So with the auction and the live auction, it's not only going to be fun, but we're doing something with the funds.
Awesome, great.
Yeah, so it's going to be $135,000
is what we need to raise
in total to make the pavilion and the bathhouse happen.
Okay. And you know, I think it was Carla that told us a story that, okay, right now, you know, you could go up there, but like, let's say you had small children with you and someone needed to use the restroom, or you wanted to have a picnic, and so it's going to become more of you could spend the day here. Right?
Yes, exactly.
Okay.
For sure. I remember when my kids were little and they would go snow, you know, down the Diggins Hill, and it was like, okay, I got to go to the bathroom, Mom. And it was like, luckily we only live 4 blocks away, so we could run home. But how many families live from even out of town that are visiting here?
Right.
So I think the pavilion for, you know, people to be shaded while they're out there, the kids are out there playing, they want in some shade, I think it's going to be perfect for it.
Wonderful. I want to talk a little bit about some of the live auction items that Rich and I are going to tee up this evening. Rachel Davis and Dominic, they are a local celebrity couple, and they have donated a house concert with the two of them. I mean, try to buy this anywhere else. It's not happening.
The other night, Dominic got a mention on the Detroit Tigers broadcast.
Oh,
I don't know if you guys were watching, but the Tigers were playing in Colorado, and Jack White happened to be at the game. They brought him into the booth to talk, and he mentioned that, you know, Dominic was there at the game with him.
Awesome.
And that was, you know, way out there in Colorado, there was a little bit of a Cadillac connection there, so I thought that was really cool.
Oh, how special. Yeah, so a shout out to them for their generosity, and we hope that we get some nice competitive high bids on that house concert. Set of 4 tires. This was donated by Merrill's, and so each set of tires, so there's a set of 4 tires, highest bidder gets first choice. So Merrill's Auto Service and Tire Service, and then Baker Auto Group. Both of these groups donated. And this was unique, Rich. A flight with Gus Myas to the Mackinac Bridge and back.
Wow.
I mean, his accent alone will keep you entertained.
Yes.
Well, and last year, it was just supposed to be, he's going to go up over Lake Misaki and back again. And then Gus, being Gus, he was like, you know what, we're up here. I'll take you to the bridge. And so this year he just started out with, that's what it's going to be.
Oh, that's just awesome. Yes. And, you know, it's surprising. There are a lot of people that have never been to Mackinac Island.
That is true.
Isn't it something? And so I'm telling you, can you imagine opening that being in your Christmas stocking?
Yeah. That's just amazing, and it's really interesting because over these 2 hours or however long it takes to auction off all of these things, there are so many interesting experiences in there, and it looks to me like the Rotary Club left no stone unturned when it came to getting these things donated, not just for this, but for the online auction that's happening right now. I'm sure you want to thank, and you don't want to, you know, pick out one, but all the sponsors and all the people who donated. Just an incredible list, right?
It is. The online auction has some really awesome gifts in there. I mean, even if you have someone's birthday coming up or Mother's Day, you can pick it up yet tomorrow afternoon and get it for Mother's Day. But I think both of them, people are very generous about donating these gifts, and they have no problem doing it. And the experiences, I think people love to buy experiences. We don't make might not need something else sitting around the house, but this is an opportunity for an experience.
Right. How about the experience of dinner for six with the Mayor Emeritus and the Maestro?
Well, I can tell you that I have been part of that experience before, and you want to talk about no stone unturned. I want to tell you what the main course was, because it blew my hair back.
It may not be this particular dish this time, right?
Or well, if maybe I buy it's going to be.
We don't know, right? Okay, but what was it?
Okay, so I bet you didn't know that you could do this. It was a pounded, very thin fish, almost like a white fish fillet, and rolled and in like a seafood stuffing in the middle. So think of like a stuffed pork loin, or like a cannoli, or only it was fish, and then normally it would need to be like a pasta to hold it all together. But it wasn't. It was like a fish stuffing inside of a fillet of fish.
On my budget, I'm thinking more along the lines of a Little Debbie Swiss roll. That's just me. But it's the same concept.
Well, okay, but I have to tell you, one of the other things, we call it the Mayor Emeritus and the Maestro. One of the other things that's so fun is Mike's busy cooking and doing, but he has helpers. And my favorite helper is Dr. LeBaron. Because this is someone who knows how to give orders, but she is all about taking orders, and she serves you and stuff like that, which makes it more fun for me. Okay. So I'm just saying, if you're a foodie, you're going to want to get in on this. Just the house, the experience, just them. Incredible. All right, let's talk about the bird bath. Okay. If you had to buy a bird bath, I've priced them out. The ones I want are like $300. It's ridiculous. This has been donated by Fiber Arts and Pottery by Mandy. It's a one-of-a-kind item for your yard. Buyer can pick it up, or Mandy will come over and install it. So it's a handcrafted bird bath with no... So when we said, okay, what's the value price list? Well, sure, because there's only one of them.
Right.
Okay, think about that for Mother's Day, folks. Then we get into...
You're leaving out the Katie cake.
Well, let's talk about it.
I will talk about it because it's wonderful to be your friend anyway. However, I get the bonus of getting that cake that we're going to auction off for my wife's birthday.
I know
and then we have to fight over the pieces, and we have to hide it from our kids. So
that makes me happy.
Yes. Believe me, it makes us happy too.
Oh, great.
I did notice online today that the cakes and the pies and the cheesecakes have several bids on them.
Oh, good.
Because I keep bidding against people and they just get bidding me up.
Oh, good. Oh, that makes me really, really happy. Okay. So now let's go to Detroit Lions tickets. It's all about the Lions. Well,
the Lions are huge right now.
Yeah, everybody's talking about the Lions. So these were donated by Robert and Ann Ingalls. It's 2 Detroit Lions tickets, and you can choose from 2 exciting home games. You are in section 133, row 25, seats 5 and 6. So these are no-joke tickets. The schedule is still being created, and the donor will reach out when it has been posted. So whoever buys this, they're worth $400, these tickets. And again, this is a year when you want to see them. You always should support the Lions.
You always should support the Lions. They've had some very, very rough years, but the last couple have been absolutely amazing. And I'll tell you, it is very, very hard to get into Ford Field right now.
Sure.
At face value.
Yeah.
You are and that's those are going to go for a lot.
The Michigan games, the University of Michigan games, the state games, the Lion games, the Tiger games usually do really well.
Sure.
On a live auction.
And on that note, Blackie, our dear friend Jim Blackburn, donated U of M tickets versus Central Michigan University. This is on September 13th of 2025. And so what it says is, cheer on your favorite teams at this thrilling college football matchup. Secure 2 premier tickets to witness the University of Michigan take on Central Michigan University on September 13th, 2025. Experience the electric atmosphere of this highly anticipated game and witness the intense rivalry unfold on the field. Don't miss your chance to be a part of the action. These premier tickets are sure to sell out fast. So thank you, Jim Blackburn, because no one says go blue. Well, maybe Filkins. besides him, no one says go blue more than
Well,
Blackie.
and as a proud graduate of Central Michigan University, I don't know that I would wear the maroon and gold at that game.
I think it's a
I would
bad
be
idea.
afraid to.
Okay. Well, fire up chips. Come on,
Yeah,
Rich. Now
I know.
All right.
I'll sit at home and cheer on the Chippewas from home on that one.
We have a couple bidders that are really interested in that game.
Okay.
And I spent an hour on the phone teaching a individual how to get into that Zoom meeting to bid on them because he had to have those tickets.
Do we suspect that there might be some folks who are not well versed in Zoom? Is that what we're afraid of?
Okay. Yes.
I mean, I know you guys have tried to make it as easy as possible,
Yeah,
right?
I spent most of my day yesterday teaching people how to get on Zoom.
Okay, so Doreen is that person in your life. Everyone calls her for everything. So you could call her and say, Doreen, I'm going to need a good banana bread recipe. She'd be like, just a minute. I mean,
Zucchini bread.
and the first question is, do you even have Zoom downloaded on your computer? And do you know how to do it?
Yes,
because
and
you
there's
need to have
settings in your phone that you have to change to get Zoom on there. And
Okay.
yesterday I spent some time with Dr. Verbrugi. And then yesterday afternoon I spent some time with Al Meyer, the vet.
yeah, I can see why. Zoom is confusing for me, too.
Brady Sutterfield, we need to have you teach a Zoom class, kiddo.
Yes.
Totally. Not Zumba. Not Zumba,
Yeah.
Zoom.
Just Zoom. Yeah.
Okay.
So that's a conversation to have with Diane Patterson at the Cadillac Senior Center.
Okay.
You know, I'm sure that have Brady go over to the Senior Center and teach a class sometime.
Yeah. Oh, I love totally.
That's a
Well,
good idea.
and it's interesting that you bring that up because this past week we just finished up a 4-week program in our class where folks from the Senior Center and the Wexford Senior Aging came to our class,
Council on Aging,
got paired up with students and were shown how to use their iPads and how to use Canva and how to use their smartphones. So that's another cool thing that happened in our classroom the last 4
That's
weeks.
awesome.
I think it should be called the
wonderful.
Life Skills class by Cammie and Rich. Okay. U of M tickets versus New Mexico State University. This is on 8/30 of 2025, so August 30th of this year.
Is that must be the first game, right, Mike? August
It is the
30th,
first game,
the opening
yes.
game.
Yeah. Yep, the Wolverines take on the Lobos, and this was donated by LeBaron Financial and Cadillac Family Physicians. So this would be the LeBarons. Thank you so much. Then we've got from,
Those are 50-yard line tickets, by the way.
Oh,
well, by the way, yeah. Okay, and then Wexford Jewelers, Keith and Julie and their team. Pandora is a line of jewelry that women go cuckoo for. I'm telling you what it is.
and you just had to explain that to me.
Well, I thought you should know.
You didn't think I knew, did you? I'm familiar with the brand, but yes.
Okay. So the Pandora Rose Medallion necklace features a delicate rose gold tone pendant. The adjustable Pandora Rose Love Ring, also in rose gold, can be resized to fit your finger comfortably. Included is a jewelry care kit to help maintain the rose gold finish of both pieces. Donated by Wexford Jewelers. So the value on this is $656, and we're so close to Mother's Day. I'm just saying, Doreen, isn't
that's
it?
a reminder.
It's a little tweak for folks. Okay, and then let's talk about golf. That's the other thing people want to talk about in May. If you drive by any golf course, people have
The
this
courses are
pent
filled.
up. It's a pent up thing. So it's Come and Play Manistee National Golf Course. This is worth $515. A stay and play package for 2 to Manistee National Golf Course and Resort. The package includes 1 night's lodging in a standard room with 2 18-hole rounds of golf per person, cart fees included. Now, it has to be used by October 10th of 2025. The stay is Sunday through Thursday and Sunday through Friday. So that means not on a Saturday. But this was donated by Manistee National Golf Course. How wonderful.
Yeah, we have a Cadillac girl that works over there, Kirsten Moriarty.
Oh, sure.
She works there, and I talked to her mom, and she says, "Oh, sure, Kirsten to do that for you." So I ended up and get that. I mean, it's really nice. People love golf. That's another thing that really bids up is the golf packages.
Most frustrating game in the world, but yes.
Yes, it
It's
is.
the experience. It's
Well, the outfits, too.
And
It's the
golf outfits.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I've been banned from
Golf.
playing golf. So
Okay, I want to talk. Who participated in the band? Can we lift it?
Carla.
Well, I'm not judging
Did she
that.
play
with
the round with you?
Well,
Did you break a club?
Yeah.
I didn't break a club, but I did. I hit 6 balls in a row into the water there on the El Dorado.
Oh, well, that's not the place for you to
And
start.
Yeah,
so
that's not a learner course.
I was a little frustrated, so I picked up the ball and threw it, and the ball landed about 6 feet from the pin
No.
on the green.
How was your language during this time?
So I fell down laughing,
Oh, no.
and Carla made the comment that perhaps people that were in the clubhouse and everything could see us.
Oh.
And I was behaving in an embarrassing fashion in public, and so I didn't get to play golf anymore.
And she's in a league. Carla's no joke
Yes.
about her
Oh,
golf.
okay.
Yeah.
She's in a league.
Oh, that is so
And
funny.
Rich, you need to go out to the country club during their member guest. They dress up. There's matching. There is people that are dressed like cowboys.
Oh,
There's,
yeah.
I mean, they have the coolest outfits.
They do.
It's worth going to see the outfits.
You know, that's one thing we haven't mentioned yet, and we're down to our last 4 minutes, but
Okay.
you're encouraging people on those Zoom calls to come up with themes, right?
Yes, yeah, we'd love to be able to look at that Zoom screen and see people in their living rooms dressed up in whatever Hawaiian outfits or
Pajamas.
Oh, that's a great idea. How about sweatpants?
Listen, and just remember, whoever happens to walk behind you
Right.
Oh,
better be
yes.
clothed.
It's so true. How many funny videos have we seen
Right.
about that?
Yeah.
But it's an auction for an incredible cause, and hats off to the Rotary Club for drilling down to what does it take to be profitable. You're saving all this money by not having to spend hours and dollars on prepping a facility.
Yes.
And people can have fun in their own. In fact, a lot of people would prefer to stay home, but still want to support the Rotary Club.
And they can be with their group of friends.
Right.
And they can go online at 6:00 and they bid on things together. Some of those packages are for 6 people. There's a bourbon on pontoon ride.
Oh, yeah.
That's
Ooh.
going to be live. You can bring 10 friends. That would be awesome.
Okay, let's talk about that. Brad Dornbos has donated this. It is a bourbon cruise on Lake Mitchell. Enjoy a pontoon ride with a variety of bourbons, bourbon cocktails, and charcuterie for up to 10 people. Includes 10 Diggins Hill commemorative glasses. How cool is that?
Another
You
one
could
of
drink
those
your
great
bourbon out of
experiences.
a commemorative glass. So, everybody's got holiday parties coming up. Everybody's got Mother's Day, other holidays, birthdays, Christmas, Father's Day. Let's talk about this. Michelle Carter, she has donated a martini party for 8 at the Beige Blues home in Cadilllac. Starting bid is $400. Let me tell you what this is. Enjoy an evening of martinis and hearty appetizers hosted by Michelle Carter and Mike Ouch in the lounge of the Beige Blue 1902 Michigan Queen Anne home on Harris Street in Cadilllac. This whimsical and artistic experience accommodates up to 8 guests, promising a memorable occasion not to be missed. Visit us at www.beigeblues.com for more details. And I can tell you their home is stunning and very unusual. And I heard that from a close friend who's an interior decorator. It's just a very unusual, fabulous place to be.
Because every room is unique.
Okay.
And not there's not this is in every room.
Like a theme.
Every room is completely unique.
Okay. That alone is worth the $400 just to go over there. But it's going to be martinis and hearty appetizers in a fabulous house with Michelle and Mike.
Yeah.
And they've for example, they bought the dinner last year.
Sure. Okay.
So they were one of our guests last year. So they're very supportive of Rotary.
And back to your dinner too. People can dress up for that, which that's fun to do. But you could also be casual at Mike and Carlos' home. It's kind of whatever you want to be, and they're like chameleons. They just kind of roll out with whatever. Isn't that true?
Yeah, but the food is high end.
Oh, Word. That's the truth.
All right, so how can people participate? Where can they go? We already know it'll be on the air on 107.9 CDY from 6 until 8 tonight. But give us the details. Is there a link yet that people can follow?
Yeah, there's links on the Rotary Club of Cadillac's Facebook page.
Okay.
Oh, okay, very good.
It'll take you directly to 32 auctions if you click that one, and it'll take you directly to the Zoom meeting.
And 32 auctions. The online auction ends at noon today.
Yes.
And then today. Saturday. And 6 till 8 tonight is our time to shine. I get to be Monty Hall for 2 hours. You know that I love game shows anyway.
Oh, you do? I get to be Vanna White.
Oh, you can. Yep. All right. I'll be Pat Sajak. You can be Vanna White.
Oh, perfect. I love it.
I'm sorry I left out Ryan Seacrest. It's always going to be a Sajak show to me.
Right. Exactly. Yeah. But a shout out to our Rotarians, to our Rotary Club, to Rotary International. I mean, it's a worldwide powerhouse organization, and the things that our Rotarians and our club do in Cadilllac are incredible. They make it a better place to live. That's the truth. So thank you, and shout out to our Rotarians and to the Cadilllac Rotary Club.
Well, thank you for having us.
And Mike, once again, thank you on behalf of the digital media class for trusting our technology. We appreciate that.
That was an amazing meeting.
Yeah.
The kids were like, yeah, we could do that.
Yeah.
The adults are looking at each other going, can we do that? Isn't that amazing?
Right, exactly.
Don't miss.
I will tell you when we had this meeting, this preliminary meeting yesterday, Bob Marcus was there, and he said, I'm too old for this stuff. He did.
I love it. We're going to tease him about that forever. But anyway, don't miss this, folks. Join us tonight. Let's raise some money. Let's make the Diggins Hill project come true and support so many families and people that are going to use this for years and years, generations to come. Let's get it done.
And if they can't find anything to buy, there's a donate button.
Boom.
Okay.
They can donate cash.
No, cash is king.
Yes.
Thank you so much to Doreen and Mike for being on the show, and please go back and tell the Rotarians we appreciate them so much.
Thank you.
Join us tonight from 6 until 8 p.m. here on 107.9 CDY, live via Zoom and via YouTube. And Pat and Vanna will do the best we can to raise money for the Rotary Club. All right. We'll do it again next week on Cadillac Unscripted, sponsored by Independent Bank on 107.9 CDY.